ISIS claims to have trained soldiers in 15 American states. They just released a new online threat. The terrorist group says they will murder Pamela Geller, who is the woman that organized that Muhammad cartoon contest that we talked about in Texas that ended up with two individuals, two gunmen dead. The terrorists also say they have 71 fighters in 15 different states and that 23 have already signed up for specific missions like the failed attack in Garland, Texas over the weekend. They go on. I don't even know if we should really read part of their statement, but the long and short of it is, like I said, that they're going to kill Pam Geller and that they have 71 trained soldiers in 15 different states ready to attack at any time. We'll see what the reality is. Presumably within the next 6 months, you'd think we would see whether it is true that they have trained agents in 15 different states. One American traffic cop was able to take out two of their armed so-called soldiers with a handgun. What does that tell us about the reality of these threats, Lewis?
Well, it tells us that their training may not be the best training. Obviously, these are just essentially no different from thugs. I doubt you're going to have ex-military guys and any type of elite soldier trying to commit these murders or attacks, and so that doesn't mean that they won't be effective.
Right, that's the thing. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I generally hear what Lewis is saying, and I say, yeah, I think Lewis is basically on the mark here. And we have to remember that the point of terrorism is to terrorize, to make people afraid. And if they can get the media screaming, they're here, like right-wing media took the bait over the last 24 hours, that is a success for ISIS. At the same time, I don't want to be laughing off what may be a legitimate threat. So I'm not completely sure with the best way to sort of discuss this.
Yeah, it's certainly something to be wary of. We know how easy it is for them to get guns. And so it's definitely something to be concerned about. But, we just don't really know what to expect or where.
If only there were a government agency, right, that could monitor everybody's communications via phone and electronically and had files on people, then they would just know whether these 71 people exist and who they are. It's too bad we don't have anything like that in this country.
Yeah, well, I think will be, if what ISIS is saying is true, then this will be a test as to the effectiveness of these spy programs.
Maybe we finally will get that test, because we were told initially that, we've prevented all these attacks. And then we found out that may have been a drastic and gross exaggeration. Maybe we will see. We're going to continue to follow it. I think that for sure, the frantic panic from the right about ISIS in 15 states as a definitive point of fact is not really helping anybody, because even if true, it is only playing into the exact type of fear that groups like ISIS want to create.